They would rather live in fantasy land than to, even for a moment, recognize the truth that's in front of them. I guess it's more fun to live that way. What the man? Hog talk. Here's some spectacular Republican cope, by the way. We're doing hog watch, obviously. Exactly. Friends disagree. Friends fight. Friends need a break from each other. Friends let each other blow smoke. Friends remain friends. It is called adulthood. Please call him. You two are adults. This should not be a public argument. This is not okay. Work this out privately. Bring him back into the fold. You two are friends. Don't throw that away. And then Jack Posobiec with the greatest hit. Some of y'all can't handle two high agency males going at it, and it really shows. This is direct communication, phallocentric versus indirect communication, gynocentric. I understand you aren't used to it. And wokeness, also Jack Posobiec. X is not real life, did not age well. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are trolling 100. I wouldn't be surprised if they were sitting side by side, posting. Dinesh D'Souza. Is this some sort of perverse scheme to force the release of the Epstein files? How great it would be to have a horde of bad guys publicly exposed. Then Trump and Elon break out the champagne. Elon says, told you I could get the Democrats to scream for that list. Laughter. I don't even want to call this nuclear grade copium, okay? Because I think this is a different thing. Copium is wishful thinking. This is fan fiction. This is parasocial activity. This is delusion. This is schizophrenia. Like, there needs to be a different word for what is unfolding here. This is a demonstration of mental illness, okay? Like, this is the type of shit you do when you're a teenager and you write a Wattpad fanfic, okay? Except Dinesh D'Souza is like a full-grown adult. What the is going on? They've lost their dang minds. I mean, they have a long time ago, but it's really funny that they're looking at this back and forth. They're looking at this back and forth and they're like, oh, there's got to be a different way. There's got to be a different reason. I think the reason why they're having this issue is because Elon is a major funder of Republican interests. Elon is seen as like a hero for the online right, especially because of the floodgates of neo-Nazi sentiment that he opened up with the purchase of Twitter. Okay. But also they're firmly invested in the Trump cult. So they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And depending on how much more clout or how much more money they can possibly get from either side, that's how you know people, that's where you see people take a side. Like the Asmongols of the world or the Alex Joneses of the world. Here's Cat Turd speaking out on Alex Jones being a great betrayer. Okay? What a piece of shit Alex Jones turned out to be. What a fraud. He's literally implying here that Trump is a pedo. He's been silent all day while Trump has been viciously attacked with lies. I used to respect Alex Jones, but now he's just a piece of fraud. What a sellout. Because Alex Jones posted, Trump needs to respond ASAP. I noticed he did not take questions at his public meeting today. But of course, friends get together and turn around and make up. Alex Jones says, I've investigated Trump for 10 years, looking into any connection to Epstein crimes and found zero evidence. FYI, I've been a fan of Alex Jones as long as I can remember. Tensions were high yesterday, and when I read his tweet that I lashed out on, I was thinking it was him saying Trump was guilty because he hadn't responded yet. I listened to Alex later explain that he was just trying to urge Trump to get in front of it. And as this tweet says, he doesn't believe Trump has any connection to Epstein's. Then it was me personally he called a cult member, lol. Alex has been fighting the good fight for a long time. I hold no ill will towards him. For my part, I shouldn't have lashed out so quickly. Hopefully this will end the matter so we can all get back to fighting to save this country. Save this country? You're a 60-year-old man who, in moments where he's not killing his domesticated animals, is tweeting about, I don't know, farting and how much you love Donald Trump. How are you saving the country this way? I'm saving the country. How? By posting 9gag memes. God damn, these people are so stupid. This is the way. More of this. Can confirm that Cat Turd 2 privately reached out to me yesterday about a few of my tweets and offered to personally get on a phone call with me to share his point of view. This is how you handle disagreement among friends. And then of course, like they're fantasizing about like AOC being upset that Elon won't become a major donor to the Dems or something. It's all made up. They would rather live in fantasy land than to, even for a moment, recognize the truth that's in front of them. I guess it's more fun to live that way. What the man? Hog talk? That's true. That is that is what's going on. Everyone is so sad. Tensions are high.
Needed Trump. Trump, helped Ted Cruz get over the finish line for his Senate race, and then Ted Cruz.
What is this? I gave you everything, yet your heart still belongs to another. Okay, this is a TikToker making fun of the way Republicans are reacting to this. But can you tell me if there is anything different than the average Republican reacting to this breakup? Like, this is literally old man Yowie. They unironically, like 65-year-old HVAC business owners are unironically behaving as though they are like K-pop stans or like anime stans that are like 15 years old, that ship their favorite characters in toxic Yowie, and now the breakup is imminent, you know? Loss. Oh no. Classic. Surprisingly diplomatic approach. Oh yeah, I saw this. I love you, but please turn off your phone or give me a call. I cannot support hate. Please stop this. I know this isn't your heart. Elon. Grok, is this real? Oh my God. Every blue check mark. No, this is Grimes posting. You're just jealous because the Dems got zero interest in drama. We got Cuck Schumer. This image in and of itself, I think, shows the relationship between the two, if we're being real. Vivian responded.
I do not want to comment.
Oh, yeah. She said, I love being proven right. That's it.
Do not want to comment.
Trump's been through 2 big breakups in the polycule this month. Lay off. This is Drake and Kendrick. Bakari sellers on the Trump versus Musk battle. Oh, no. This is Drake versus Drake. No Kendrick involved. God damn. Mike Lee. Okay, one last thing I have to talk about before we get to Kilmar Burger Garcia and all this other stuff that's popping off. Here's Kash Patel sweating on Joe Rogan. We're obviously going to talk about that as well. Is Peter Schiff. Okay, he had a banger response here where you ask yourself, like, why did chief economist and global strategist of Europac.com, chairman of SchiffGold.com, founder of SchiffSovereign.com, host of SchiffRadio.com, and best-selling author Peter Schiff revealed this incredible information that no one asked for? Let's take a look. Mike Lee, based Mike Lee, okay, says, leave NATO, reunite Trump and Musk. This is the way. Cat Dirt says, I love you, Mike. The Elon called Trump a pedophile. There's literally no coming back from that ever. To which Peter Schiff responded with, FYI, pedophiles are attracted to prepubescent girls and boys. I'm not defending Epstein, but he had sex with teenage girls, 14 to 17, that had physically developed sexually. They were underage, so criminal and immoral, but that does not make him a pedophile. To which a Republican responded, Diligent Denizen responded with, that's literally the definition. They were children, physically, mentally, and legally. Might want to rethink this post. Horrible look. To which Peter Schiff responded with, prepubescent. To which Diligent Denizen responded with, at Grok, if they're not adults, are they children? To which Grok responded with, legally, anyone under the age of 18 is generally considered a child in the U.S. So Jeffrey Epstein's victims, aged 11 to 17, were children. Clinically, pedophilia involves attraction to prepubescent children under 13. And since many victims were teenagers, Epstein's actions may align more with hebephilia. However, his crimes constituted child sexual abuse as they involved minors below the age of consent. Because Grok also does the actually it's hebephilia line, which is incredible. Anyway, the debate over labeling him a pedophile reflects differing clinical and common uses of the term, but his actions are undeniably criminal and harmful. Okay? Peter Schiff retaliated to that with his epic salvo, which was, I'm not saying it wasn't a crime. I'm just saying it's not pedophilia. When I was in college, I had sex with underage girls. That doesn't make me a pedophile. But by your own admission, it makes you a criminal. What the f are you saying? Relevant Gianmarco bit for this combo.
And just hear me out for 1 second. Technically speaking, technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a pedophile. Just give me 1 second. I promise this goes one. Just hear me out. The term pedophile refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called a hebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called an ephebophile. That's people who are attracted to those in the later stages of puberty, like 15, 16, 17, 18. But I think the reason we don't make those distinctions is because it's very hard to explain the difference without sounding like a pedophile. And now here's the thing, and just hear me out for 1 second. Technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a pedophile. Just give me 1 second. I promise.
Okay, my joke on this always is, it's so insane to basically be like, no, you don't understand. These are children I think are okay? Like because when people say, because everyone under the age of 18 is children, right? They're minors. And when people try to make this distinction, they're basically saying, no, you don't get it. These are children I think are and that's insane to say. Why are you volunteering this information? You're gross. You're a psycho. Why is there a tier list of what kind of children you think are man?
Well, the dumbass Democrats have fallen for something again. Elon and Trump have clearly manipulated every last one of you, and now you guys are demanding that the Epstein files be released. You took the bait. I mean, honestly, soon as I saw that they were feuding, I thought, he could just be showing how dumb you guys are and how wishy-washy, flip around. Oh, we hate Elon. No, we love Elon. And you guys fell for it. Now you want those files released, and this guy, he's gonna be one of the first ones taken down, probably. His partner, she won't be far behind. I wonder if their daughter will be there. It's just gonna be very interesting how many are gonna be taken down from this. And remember, you guys posted this. Nix the bill and release the files immediately.
Okay. What do the Debras and Barbaras have to say when the files don't get released, though? And the very same QAnon loyalists that these people put in charge of the FBI and in charge of the Department of Justice in general are now actively stating, oh, we can't release the files because reasons. Like, how do you contend with that reality? Now, as an outsider, okay, as an actual outsider and not a partisan hack, I personally don't give a if Bill Clinton was exposed for his deep, close, and personal association with Jeffrey Epstein. I want Bill Clinton to be exposed. But what I fail to gather here from the way that these people are commentating on this is how much the Republicans and elites on their side that they love, that they admire, are actually compromised in this process, which is precisely the reason why it's not getting exposed. What the hell? I just don't think that the American government is going to spend all that time, effort to create a pedophile blackmail operation and then turn around and literally assassinate the guy that conducted it for them, and then just like reveal all of this classified information that puts them directly at odds. I just don't think it's happening. I don't think it goes down like that, you know?
Immediately. And I hope they do just that. I hope they air every last arrest that is made. I hope every one of your names are on here. And I hope everybody who voted for the left and stands behind it can finally open their